Today's top stories at NBR: sniffing out the best truffle growing land, fraud trial of former CBL managing director delayed, COVID disruptions and Brexit issues not taking the gleam off Comvita, and there's more coming right up. Kia ora and welcome to NBR Today, a wrap of the day's top business stories from the authority in New Zealand business news since 1970, nbr.co.nz. It's Wednesday, October 20th. I'm Paul Brennan. Thanks again for joining us. The National Party is urging the government to act now to save businesses worst hit by the COVID-19 lockdown. In its policy released today, it said immediate support should be offered to businesses, including fixing the wage subsidy and extending it to cover businesses not caught by lockdowns. It should also pick up National's previously announced policy of rental support and extend the COVID-19 temporary loss carryback scheme so businesses could get an immediate cash refund to offset their ongoing financial losses. Joining NBR's political editor Brent Edwards was National Finance spokesperson Michael Woodhouse.
What's driving it is a need for New Zealanders to get back to normality. And from a business perspective, we've got to save the businesses that are really struggling right across the country. Not just the business owners, but the people who work for them are suffering the effects of COVID without getting COVID. It's got to stop. We're approaching summer. Our vaccination rates are rising. But we think that setting those targets and setting those milestones will focus the government and the public on freedom.
National's finance spokesperson Michael Woodhouse with Brent Edwards. Matthew and Catherine Dwan have spent 4 years sniffing out the best piece of land in New Zealand on which to grow truffles. And now they reckon they've found it, they're keen to invite others to the feast, seeking to raise $26 million from long-term wholesale investors. They joined the NBR's Will Mace.
So when we got settled in North Canterbury on our 4-hectare property, we began to be a lot more conscious really of using land with the right type of purpose and in a sustainable manner. And we actually noticed that in some respects, lifestyle properties themselves are a little bit part of that problem. And so that led us to investigate how initially it was actually to see how we can use our own property in a more sustainable and purpose-driven way. Mm-hmm. So we continue to look at a number of different crops. But truffles in particular continue to outrank almost any other agricultural crop that can be produced in New Zealand.
Matthew and Catherine Dwan of the New Zealand Truffle Company with Will Mace there. Investment and advisory firm Jarden has sliced its expectations for Sky City's 2022 EBITDA by $55 million in the wake of the ongoing COVID-19 lockdowns. Jarden previously expected the NZX-listed casino operator to experience operating earnings to the tune of $261 million for the 12 months ended June 30, 2022. The firm's earlier expectations, which have been slashed 21% to $206 million, were made following the Sky City 2021 results in August on the basis of a 4 or 6 week lockdown. Auckland is currently in its 10th week, with Jarden expecting level 3-like restrictions in Auckland over the rest of October, with progressive reopening potential in November and level 2-like conditions from December. The fraud trial of former CBL Managing Director Peter Harris has been postponed until April 2023 as the continuing COVID-19 lockdown interferes with court proceedings. The 8-week trial had been due to begin on September 13 but was hit by the government's September 2nd decision to keep Auckland at level 4. It was tentatively rescheduled for October 18 but again could not go ahead. The delay means Harris's trial will not begin until more than 3 years after he was charged. The Serious Fraud Office filed 5 charges of theft by a person in a special relationship, 2 charges of obtaining by deception, and a single charge of false accounting against Harris in December 2019. COVID disruptions and Brexit issues, which meant no product could be shipped to Europe in the second half of the year, impacted listed honey company Comvita, but could not take the gleam off either its 2020-21 full-year results or its forecast. At a virtual AGM this morning, Wednesday, the company reiterated its focus on a guidance range of between 27 and 30 million for the current financial year. Revenue was up 4.5%, despite $4 million worth of goods scheduled for delivery in September being impacted by COVID-related shipping delays. The year to June 30, 2021, saw a loss of $9.7 million the previous year turn into a $9.5 million net profit after tax. Financial advisor Lifetime Group's largest shareholder has sold its holding, citing concern about the company's handling of conflicts of interest. The move follows the acquisition of a significant Lifetime Group stake in May by the Booster Tahi Limited Partnership, a KiwiSaver-fuelled investment fund controlled by Lifetime directors Alan Yeo and Paul Foley, whose company Booster Financial Services is also a Lifetime shareholder. Roger Abel, managing director of insurance broker Rothbury Group, said it had completed the sale of its 17% stake on Monday. The full details of those stories and more are at nbr.co.nz right now. Tomorrow at NBR, 2 tax businesses have partnered to make engagement with IRD easier, and a new future director for TVNZ. I'm Paul Brennan. I look forward to being with you again from around lunchtime tomorrow for the morning's NBR trending stories. Then same time, same place, right here again from around 5:30 for another NBR Today.